So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Phill here, bringing you the RIS, Rapid Influence System, the system that helps organizations and entrepreneurs to not just multiply their performance, but to make more money and have a better impact in their industry. So today, I always get asked, hey coach, you keep talking about high performance. What does it actually mean? And how do I implement that in my business later on in my life? So I said, you know what? How about I share with you the high performance blueprint? This is the formula that you can use to begin to create a high performance culture and a high performance situation in your organization, which ensures people are happier, they perform better, you make more money and enjoy the journey at the same time. And you know, somebody asked me, hey, what is high performance? High performance is where you consistently perform beyond normal over a long period of time. Okay, there are certain companies which, you know, they go up and then they plateau, and then before you know it, you know, and then okay, that is not high performance. Okay, high performance is where you're consistent with your ability to perform, okay? Consistent with your ability to produce extraordinary results, consistent with your ability to have a big impact on the industry, okay? So here is the blueprint. Number one, with companies that have this, especially with the smaller companies and small entrepreneurs or leaders who are leading a smaller team, they have an unwavering desire to serve. Let me say that again. An unwavering desire to serve. That is where it all starts. You must have the desire that is unwavering, it's unshakable. It is, you can't move it. It is one of the things that is a core to what you do, okay? An unwavering desire to serve. Everybody in the company must have that, okay? There are certain companies you go to and you feel that everybody wants to make you feel comfortable. Everybody wants to make you feel happy. These companies are always winning they're always winning accolades in service and or in workplace environments, okay? So you got to start asking yourself, number one, me as the leader, because that's where it starts. Me as a leader, do I have an unwavering desire to serve? Do I have an unwavering? Am I unshakable? Do I, at my core, actually want to serve? Why is this important? There are certain people who become leaders by default. However, they don't love to serve. It is not part of their core. Okay, now you're not born with it, but you can develop it. You can understand it. And when you understand how important it is, magic begins to happen, because through service, you can take any company anywhere if people understand. I mean, you think about the best companies out there. What is the one thing that they do really well? Service, or the client experience. They're always asking, how can we serve better? How can we improve the service? How can we improve the way things are done here? How can we make ourselves not the preferred, but the only choice of service in the industry? Okay, so in the blueprint, the first thing is unwavering desire. Number two, in high performance, ladies and gentlemen, is clarity. Again, I say this over and over and over again because it's amazing how many places you go to, how many companies you go to, and as you know, having done this for quite a while, the first thing that we've discovered is that the companies that really make a difference, they have clarity from the top to the bottom. If you ask the guy at the bottom, hey, what is this company about? They will tell you the same answer as the guy in the middle and the guy at the top. They are very clear. Who are we? What do we stand for? They're very clear who or what do they deserve as an organization. They're very clear on on their ability to do things in a limitless way. Okay? Clarity is one of those important things that hey, if you don't have clarity in the organization, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you do. To create high-performing teams, they got to be teams that are clear, where everybody, when they get into a room, they know this is the goal. This is what we must achieve. This is what we are, what we stand for, who we are, what we see in the world. Most importantly, they know, they're very clear in their mind that if they continue to do something, the world is their platform. They're going to do whatever it takes. So, clarity. High-performing teams are very clear of the goal. They're very clear of who they are. They're very clear of what they must achieve. I repeat that over and over again. If you listen to me 1,000 times, which I hope you do, I will mention clarity, not just for organizations, but for yourself as well. Be clear in life who you are, what you stand for. Be clear, me as a leader, what am I known for? When I tell you Alex Ferguson, what are you going to say? You will know what the guy is about. Okay? If I tell you Jack Welch, if I mention a name, you will know. If I mention Alibaba, you will know. If I mention Jesus Christ, you will know. Why? Because these leaders were very clear with the message. What is your clarity point? What is that one thing that you are? You say, you know what? This is what we are. Because that helps to create momentum. Clarity is power. I've already said. Next one, ladies and gentlemen, to create high-performance teams is you must have stamina. Okay? You must have stamina. You must have that consistency and vibrancy and presence to see the goal through. I tell people, you cannot sustain the message without stamina. Okay? You cannot sustain the message without working on yourself. You cannot sustain the message if you lack the focus and the ability to stay the course. You think about it. The companies that are actually out there making things happen, they've been around for a while. Forget about becoming, rich today, I mean, in a year's time. No, you got to have stamina to sustain. One of my great mentors virtually is Brandon Burchard. This guy was working for 10 years before anybody knew about him. And then boom, it goes to the next level and people say, where have you been? No, the guy had been doing this for 10 freaking years. Okay? You got to have the stamina to see you through. When we talk about stamina, what are we talking about? The consistency to perform at a high level over the long term again. Okay? When we talk about stamina, we're saying, okay, are you looking after yourself to make sure that you will go through the hard times, the good times, whatever times, and still remain performing? Okay? And from a human point of view, I keep telling guys, hey, if you're not looking after yourself, you're in trouble. Okay? Times are going to come where you need to be up for 24 hours. Do you have the stamina to stay? Okay? And in looking at stamina, there are always three things. And I get this from, again, a brilliant coach that we work with here, Jennifer of Leisure Wellness. And says a couple of things that you must be aware of. Okay? Number one, you must focus on your nutrition. Again, everything you put in your gut is either poison or medicine. It will make you better or it will kill you. Okay? I was doing a training again in one of my international trainings. I was away somewhere in a room and I was looking around and realized, man, people are so freaking unhealthy. And it came to lunchtime and there's this buffet system and people eat like it's going out of fashion. So in the afternoon, I go back and I tell them, you know what, guys, you cannot be the best company in this part of the world if you're unhealthy. And they didn't like it. They didn't take it very well, and some of them were getting upset. But guess what? I was comfortable doing it because, by the way, I'm doing pretty well in terms of stamina. I used to be a little bit bigger than this. But I know when you have energy, nothing tastes as good as a good, lean body that is getting out and making things happen, okay? So I went after them. I said to them, hey, you guys, if you don't do something about your nutrition, you're eating all these carbs, all this, and it is that part of the world where, they eat a lot of oil and oh man, it was disturbing. So I had to go at them and eventually they were like, yeah, coach, you're right, because the next morning I took them out to work out. Boy, were they struggling, okay? Boy, were they struggling. I said, there's no way you can be a high-performing team. You call me here to help you with high performance, but you got to look at your nutrition, okay? Then the next thing you have to look at is how much you rest. Get this myth out of your way that you can survive on only 4 hours for I don't know how long, because it doesn't work. I did it for such a long time and I thought I was, I got to, for me this much, I got to show that, I don't sleep. What a whole lot of nonsense. Why? The brain needs time to rest. The brain needs time to rejuvenate. Without rest, and think about it, you got only 8 hours. You only need 6 to 8 hours of rest. What do you do with the rest of the hours? Okay? So all you got to do is say, you know what, I am going to unconditionally focus on making sure that I rest so that I can serve better, so that I can be of more use to the people out there. These days I'm so conscious about it. When I don't rest, I am so unfriendly, it's unbelievable. I am just, in such a freaking bad mood. It's not cool. So now I say, you know what, I have to rest. Why? When I've rested, my stamina is up there, I'm feeling good, therefore I'm serving better, okay? So, stamina 1, nutrition, number 2, rest, and number 3, exercise. Guys, you must exercise. You must find a way to get the body moving. You must, in the morning, get up, walk 5 minutes, 10 minutes. That's all you need, okay? Go and get, there's so many applications on the internet right now. You got the 7-minute workout, you got Tabata, you got all these things. Just do something. Get the endorphins moving. Get some energy going. You'll be surprised how good you are. Why? You can't be a leader who is, coming out and you want to motivate all these young people, but you're obese, you have a big fat stomach, you can't even go up 2 stairs. I'm sorry, I'm having to go at some of you, but it's okay. Because if I don't do that for you, who is going to? Okay? It is important. You got to have stamina to create a high-performance team. Okay? Next one, ladies and gentlemen, you must have heightened levels of emotional intelligence. To create a great high-performing team, you must make sure that each one of the people that you employ and bring on must have heightened level of emotional awareness. Knowing that, hey, this is what helps you to influence people. If you can't connect and understand people, if you can't connect with people's feelings, you can't influence them. Okay? If you can't be able to be able to tap into something beyond the money, you can't influence them. You got to have a higher level of kindness. You got to have a higher level of generosity. And that comes out of a heightened level of emotional mastery. Okay? You got to once in a while. I remember when I used to work at LSG Sky Chefs, I had a boss, and this guy's levels of emotional mastery were amazing. He remembered there were about 210 ladies, and these were ladies from a different continent, so the names were a little bit, and this guy was American, no, he was British. He remembered at least everyone's first name, and he knew about them, he knew about the little things that were happening in their lives, and they loved him. And every time he was around, the spirit in the organization was at a different level. Why? Because of this guy's ability to be emotionally alert. Now, you want to create a great team, you must make sure that you have that, okay? You must make sure that your team also has that, okay? You must make sure that you understand that, hey, if somebody comes in and, there's something that is off, that you address it, you talk to them, you get to know how can you help. The most important bit about this is the generosity. It is so important. High-performing teams are so generous, it's unbelievable. It's something that you must cultivate, you must work on, you must make it as part of what you do as an organization. Next, ladies and gentlemen, high performance is about courage. You must have what we call the warrior spirit. Warrior spirit is even just talking about the warrior spirit, I just feel the energy of there's in the fire walking part of the world where we say aho. Aho is where you're like, you know what, I'm just going to be courageous today. I'm just going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to get out of my comfort zone. High performing teams are always pushing themselves. They're always having the courage to go places they haven't gone. When's the last time you did something crazy? When's the last time you said, you know what, I'm just going to walk with lions or do something as freaking crazy as that, okay? Why? Courage breeds a certain excitement in a team that's amazing, okay? Get the team to do some things that they haven't done. Take a walk in the forest in the night. Make sure there's no animals because it could get disastrous. But do something that, takes your courage to the next level, okay? Develop your warrior spirit, okay? Right now I'm in such a warrior spirit, it's unbelievable. Anybody in my business, I'm coming after you. Why? I'm just going to obliterate everybody now. I say that because guess what? The rest of them are going to say, what? He's going to do it. Then they're going to step up and we take the what? The entire industry to the next level. But yes, if you're not stepping up, I'm going to kill you. I'm just going to come after you. Why? Because of my warrior spirit, okay? I hope you get some warrior spirit too. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, high-performing teams are extremely focused on productivity, okay? And why are they good at productivity? Because of their above, because they have an unwavering desire, because they have clarity, because they have stamina, because they have awareness, because they're generous, okay? They're always producing more than anybody else in the same time, okay? The same 24 hours, but they're producing more results. Their productivity is always what is the word? What is checked is respected. What is respected gets done, okay? But they're also going the extra mile. They're always saying, how can we go beyond what we did? How can we go beyond what we did yesterday, okay? They're always producing more and more and more. So be very, very, very aware that the more that you are clear on the goal, the more that you have the stamina, the more that you have the health, the more that you have the courage, all of a sudden, boom, productivity goes to the next level. Why? Because you're producing a high-performing team. So there you are, ladies and gentlemen. Those are my points in terms of creating a high-performance team. And this is the secret, by the way. The most successful companies we've worked for, we've gone and implemented this stuff. And boom, when the people are getting to this zone, we call it the zone of flow. I'm going to talk about that next week, by the way. It's amazing stuff. Every company we've helped to do this, all of a sudden, results through the roof. People are happier. They're making more money. Everybody's happy. Shareholders are happy. Everybody's doing what they do. Most importantly, the bottom line is you must execute. Knowledge without execution is poverty. I don't care how many books you're reading. I don't care how much you know. If you're not getting out and doing, if you're not getting out and implementing, if you're not getting out and trying and failing, get out and just freaking fail yourself to success if that is what it takes, okay? But just get out and do some work. So whatever you do this week, be strong, live with passion, and have the audacity to use business to make a difference in this world because you deserve it. I love you. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.